All right, so Tyler, the Creator, just dropped this new album, Chromakopia,
Yes.
which dropped on a Monday. Can you believe that?
Very interesting Monday release. That is not typical at all, especially for Tyler, who, usually sticks to those Friday drops.
Yeah, right. What's going on here?
And you know what else? No slash in the song titles. He usually has the slash in there.
Yeah.
And he's breaking his usual 2-year album cycle.
There's so many little things like that.
There's a lot going on here that makes you think, all right, is this a whole new era for him?
Yeah, It's like he's sending a message, expect the unexpected, with this one.
Right. For sure. Like, you're listening to the album and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute.
Is that
Lil Wayne on a Tyler, the Creator track?
Yeah, Sticky. That one blew my mind.
Right. Sticky, Lil Wayne, GloRilla, and Sexyy Red all on the same track.
I mean, come on, it's insane.
It's crazy, and somehow it just works.
Right, it's like this unexpected blend of styles that you'd never think would go together.
Exactly, but Tyler makes it work, and you've got these legendary figures in rap alongside these up-and-coming stars.
It's like he's bridging generations or something.
I think that's a great way to see it, and it all comes together under his production.
Yeah, his sound is so distinct. It's Tyler, the Creator, the second you hear it.
And it's not just sticky either. There are so many other awesome features.
Oh yeah, like Willow Smith on Noid.
Noid has Willow and also Thundercat on bass.
Wait, Thundercat? Are you serious?
Yeah, Thundercat laying down those crazy bass lines.
Oh man, I love Thundercat.
He's incredible, right?
His bass is like another instrument almost.
It really is. He's in a league of his own.
So we've got Lil Wayne, we've got Willow Smith, we've got Thundercat.
And the crazy part is none of this was announced beforehand.
Yeah. That's what I love about this album. It's like a treasure hunt.
You put on the record and you have no idea who's going to pop up next.
Exactly. It's like every song has the potential for a surprise guest and that element of discovery.
It's just so much fun.
It really adds to the whole experience. Okay, so we've talked about the surprise guests on Sticky and Noid.
Right.
But there's a few other tracks I want to highlight that I think really showcase Tyler's range and evolution as an artist. So let's talk about I Killed You featuring Childish Gambino.
Oh, man. That one is wild.
Talk about playing with expectations.
Right. You start off thinking it's going to be this playful, almost silly track.
Yeah, the intro is so deceptive.
And then, boom, he hits you with these hard-hitting verses.
Pure fire.
So intense, and just when you think it can't get any more intense.
He throws in this softer, almost melancholic section.
Yeah. Featuring Childish Gambino.
It's brilliant.
It really shows his range as a songwriter.
Okay, but then we get to Darling I.
That one is different.
This is where we see a side of Tyler that we haven't really heard before.
It's like a softer, more vulnerable side.
Yeah, the R&B vibes are strong on this one.
The chorus is so catchy.
And his vocals are so raw and emotional.
It's like he's letting his guard down.
Yeah, it's a side of him we haven't really seen before, and it's really refreshing.
Totally agree. It adds another layer to his artistry.
Okay, and then there's Saint Chroma and Ratata featuring Daniel Caesar.
Oh man, talk about a sonic journey.
Seriously, you start off with these quiet, almost whispered raps, and then it builds into these beautiful piano melodies.
And then the transition into Ratata is like a punch in the face.
It's raw and gritty and full of energy.
This album, it just feels like this culmination of everything Tyler's done so far.
I totally see that.
It's like he took all these elements from his previous work.
Like what kind of elements?
Okay, so you've got that raw energy from Goblin, right?
Yeah.
But then there's also that polish, that refined sound from Flyer Boy.
And we can't forget about Igor.
Right, Igor, that experimental edge. He really pushed the boundaries there.
He did, and it's like he's taken all those pieces and blended them into something totally new.
Yeah, it's still distinctly Tyler, but it feels like a step forward.
For sure, and it's not just the music that's evolved.
Right.
Lyrically, this album is on another level.
Totally agree. He's really diving into some personal stuff on this one.
Oh yeah, themes of fatherhood, family.
It's definitely a more mature Tyler.
More introspective.
And it makes you think about where he's at in his life right now.
Yeah, like what he's going through, what's important to him.
It's like he's inviting us into this personal space, sharing these really universal experiences.
Like that track, Hey Jane?
Yeah, Hey Jane is a perfect example. It's such a powerful reflection on fatherhood.
And the responsibilities that come with it.
Exactly, and the way he talks about it, it's so honest, so vulnerable.
Yeah, it really makes you think about how we view masculinity in our society.
That's a good point. Tyler's not afraid to show his sensitive side.
He's not afraid to talk about his anxieties and fears.
And that's such an important message, especially for his younger fans.
Yeah, who might be struggling with those same issues.
It's like he's saying, hey, It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to embrace your emotions.
And the music on Hey Jane just adds to that feeling.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, those signature Neptunes drum pattern.
And those lush Stevie Wonder-esque synths.
It's so warm and comforting.
Like a sonic hug.
I love that description.
But even beyond the individual tracks,
Yeah.
there's this overall sense that Tyler's just becoming more comfortable with himself.
Absolutely more confident in his artistic vision.
And the production on this album is incredible.
Top notch, you can hear influences from all these different genres.
But it all comes together seamlessly.
Yeah, it's like he's taken all these different pieces and created something completely his own.
Exactly. And the critics seem to agree.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of praise for this album.
People are loving the introspective lyrics, the genre-bending sounds.
And of course, the collaboration.
And the fans are going crazy for it too.
They are. Take Your Mask Off is a huge fan favorite.
Which doesn't surprise me at all. That song is a banger. You know, it's interesting. We've talked about this vulnerability and introspection, but there's also this strong military aesthetic in the album's visuals. It's an interesting juxtaposition. What do you make of it?
That's a great question, and it's something that's been on my mind too. I think the military imagery is more than just an aesthetic choice. It's a statement. Remember, Tyler has a history of, rebelling against norms and expectations.
Right, he's always challenged the status quo.
Exactly. So could it be that he's using this military aesthetic, which represents conformity and structure, to comment on the pressure to conform, even as he's achieving mainstream success?
That's interesting.
Think about the song Take Your Mask Off. Is he suggesting that even within these rigid structures, true individuality can break through?
Whoa, I love that interpretation.
Yeah.
It adds another layer of depth to the album, for sure.
And if we connect this to the album's title, Chromakopia, which suggests a blending of colors and ideas, perhaps the mask becomes a metaphor for the persona we present to the world, the way we conform to fit in.
Right, so Take Your Mask Off becomes this call for authenticity.
Exactly.
For embracing our true selves, even the messy, vulnerable parts.
Exactly. It's like he's saying, this is me. Take it or leave it.
That's powerful.
And overall, people are just really responding to this album.
Yeah, it seems like everyone is on board with this new era of Tyler, the Creator.
And, it's more than just critical and commercial success.
Yeah.
This album feels like a genuinely personal and authentic statement from Tyler.
Like he's finally found his voice.
Exactly. And he's not afraid to use it.
It's definitely an album that stays with you long after you finish listening.
It makes you feel, and it leaves you wanting more.
Speaking of wanting more,
Yeah.
what do you think this album means for Tyler's future?
Oh, that's the big question, isn't it? Where does he go from here?
I mean, based on what we've heard on Chromakopia.
I think it's safe to say he's just getting started. He's
Yeah.
constantly evolving, pushing boundaries, challenging himself creatively.
I can't wait to see what he comes up with next.
Me neither.
So it sounds like Chromakopia is living up to the hype. Fans are loving it, critics are impressed, and we're all still buzzing about those surprise features.
It's safe to say that Tyler has delivered another masterpiece.
All right, so before we wrap up this deep dive, I have to ask, what's your final verdict on Chromakopia?
It's a phenomenal album. It's Tyler at his most vulnerable, his most experimental, and his most musically ambitious. It demands to be listened to from beginning to end, and it will stay with you long after that last note fades.
So a must-listen for any Tyler fan, or really anyone who appreciates innovative and thought-provoking music.
Absolutely. If I had to give it a score, I'd say a strong 9 out of 10.
Wow, a 9 out of 10, that's high praise.
It is, but it's well-deserved. And for me, the standout track has to be Take Your Mask Off. It's raw, honest, and perfectly encapsulates the album's themes of authenticity and self-discovery.
That's a great choice. It's a track that gets under your skin and stays with you.
It really does.
You know, it's crazy to think back to when Yonkers first came out.
I know, right? How long has it been?
Over a decade. And Tyler has come such a long way as an artist.
He has. From Yonkers to Chromakopia, it's been quite a journey.
He's always been pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
But this album feels like the culmination of everything he's learned and experienced.
Totally agree. And I think that's why it's resonating so strongly with fans.
Well, there you have it. A deep dive into Tyler, the Creator's Chromakopia. We covered the surprise features, broke down the standout tracks, explored the themes, and even got into the fan reactions. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we hope this deep dive has given you a good taste of what Tyler has cooked up with Chromakopia.
Yeah, it really, it demands multiple listens.
Yeah, it does.
It's one of those albums.
And don't forget those standout tracks we talked about, Noid, Sticky, Saint Chroma, and Ra Ta Ta, I Killed You, Darling. Each one offers a unique flavor of the album.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They really do showcase Tyler's range, as a musician and storyteller.
Totally. But before you hit play, we wanted to leave you with one final thought, and that's, what do you think about Tyler's decision to hide the features? Is it a clever marketing tactic? Is it, to get people talking, to create buzz?
It certainly worked, right? It got us talking, so it's a good move.
Or is it a genuine artistic choice, designed to really enhance the listening experience?
Right.
Does knowing who's featured on a track beforehand influence how you hear the music?
Yeah, how does it shape your perception of a song going in? It's something to think about as you dive into this album. Well, one thing is for sure, Tyler has once again proven himself to be, a master of surprise and innovation.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's really created something special here, something thought-provoking, something musically captivating.
Yep.
So there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into Tyler, the creator's Chromakopia. So go ahead, experience Chromakopia for yourself. Let us know what you discover, and happy listening.
Happy listening, everyone.
Beat so fresh, rhyme so clean. Hip hop XM, living the dream.